New from Arrow Video is My Stepmother is an Alien from the late 80s. This movie was a staple of my movie watching from the late 80s to the mid 90s. I watched this a hell of a lot and then promptly forgot about it for 20 odd years or so. And it's one of those movies that, to be honest, I hadn't really thought about until Arrow were re-releasing it, and I wanted to pick it up, but I was kind of wary in case I wasn't going to enjoy it. Wary because you start to hear the current situation in the world and people talking about things that shouldn't be, and this is one of those movies that I had heard somebody ranting about heavily as something that shouldn't exist anymore, which is just kind of weird considering it's just a throwaway family comedic movie. Where the plot is almost inconsequential. It's in the title. My Stepmother is an Alien. It is funny. It's a movie with a great cast. You get Dan Aykroyd, you get Kim Basinger, who have wonderful chemistry together. You get Alison Hannigan as his daughter. You get Seth Green as a suitor for her, starting off that kind of buddy cop partnership between those two that would go through countless TV shows and movies, which, to be honest, I even like John Lovitz in this one. I think he's kind of funny, not as grating as I normally find him in other things.
It's my own brother marrying the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. Oh, and he met her at my party.
And the basic story is Dan Aykroyd's a scientist character. He's did something that sent a signal into space that's damaged this planet. The planet have set down an explorer to find out what happened, reverse what happened, and leave the planet. And that's Kim Basinger's character, along with her kind of guide and her handbag, a little eye that tells her all about the human world. She tries to traverse this world. It's a fish out of water comedy.
Hey, you're not going out like that, are you?
No, of course not.
It's ridiculously silly and incredibly fun. It's one of those movies that you're never going to sit back and take seriously. It is completely silly. The fact that he meets this woman and then gets married the next day, it makes not a lick of sense, but it doesn't matter because it's all about the bright colours, the chemistry of the cast, the chuckles that you have, some of the visual humour that comes along, and yeah, John Lovitz being remarkably sleazy. That's really believable though. My Stepmother is an Alien was incredibly fun, and not just because of a movie that I harken back to in my youth watching, but it's a movie that probably wouldn't get made today because of the culture of the world that we live in, because of the people that like to steal away all the enjoyment that you have for certain things, and everybody should be bland and just beige. This one is most definitely a male fantasy.
Oh, Dr. Steve, that was so wonderful.
Well, I feel like I've been hit by a train.
But who cares? It's funny. It's a product of its time. It delivers on the humour. Dan Aykroyd is a likeable lead. Kim Basinger is hilarious and shows some wonderful comedic timing, as well as looking downright stunning in every second of this movie.
You weren't rude. You were very entertaining. In fact, I thought you were a professional of some kind.
And it's most definitely something that could never get made these days, and that's sad. That is a sad fact to bear, knowing that you can't get something as fun, as engaging as this one, as throwaway entertainment as this is. It's just something that can't be made these days, or something that would be heavily criticised and chased down by pitchfork wielding villagers as something that we should never see. I love My Stepmother is an Alien. It's one of those movies from my childhood that lived up to my nostalgic enjoyment of it. It's not a great movie. Story-wise, it's incredibly silly. But then again, if you're watching a movie called My Stepmother is an Alien, what exactly are you expecting in this one? The bright coloured white picket fence setting I think is delightful. I think some of the fish out of water humour is just downright hilarious. I think Kim Basinger shows wonderful comedic skills here to really pull off a lot of the scenes. I think young Alison Hannigan I rather enjoy, as well as the kind of voice of reason who notices all the craziness that's going on. It's just an entertaining, fun movie, not there to rattle any cages, not designed to offer any enlightenment into the world, just a movie to make you smile, and sometimes you need that. This is the kind of thing that I can see me throwing on whenever I'm having a down day, whenever I'm got a cold, I'm lying on the couch, can't be bothered doing anything. My Stepmother is an Alien is the kind of movie, the kind of comfort watch that I will throw on and enjoy the hell out of. As always, I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Have you seen this before? Is it something you've just discovered? If so, I'd be really curious about your take on it. Anyway, let your comments in the comment box below and we'll have a little conversation about it. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff if you're interested. And if you feel extra supportive and you can afford 99 pence a month, you can support me on Patreon or the membership program, which is amazing and really does help me keep the channel running. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.